Robert Jenrick is beginning to resemble the politician's equivalent of a YouTube content creator who has run out of ideas. Having exhausted the standard Conservative tropes on migration while in office, he's now resorted to wandering the beaches of Dunkirk, camera in hand, as if auditioning for a GB News travelogue called Britain's Borders, the Amateur Hour. His trip billed as a 48-hour fact-finding mission, actually a holiday maybe, to northern France yielded no revelations unless you count the shocking discovery that migrants lacking private jets sometimes take public buses and do not always pay the fare. In the footage he proudly posted, Jenrick trails groups of 40 to 70 people, narrating their movements with the breathless energy of a nature documentary, though without the insight of David Attenborough. Here we see the migrant in its natural habitat, one could almost imagine him saying, crossing a road entirely unsupervised. The scenes he captured, people walking through towns, boarding houses, moving towards the coast, are not evidence of a great security breach. They are, rather, the entirely predictable movements of people on a journey. His claim that Britain is being scammed rings hollow when the scoop he offers is little more than what any journalist or NGO worker could see daily in Calais or Dunkirk. The only novelty is the fact that a former minister is now doing amateur stakeouts for social media likes. Jenrick's rhetoric, "We give France £800 million and see no police," is designed to stoke outrage. Yet it omits the context that French police routinely dismantle camps, seize boats and intercept crossings, often in legally fraught and politically unpopular circumstances. The absence of police in his carefully chosen footage does not prove their absence in the wider operation. It proves only that Jenrick knows how to point a camera away from inconvenient facts. There's also a whiff of political self-preservation in this expedition. Out of government, out of favour, possibly out of ideas, Jenrick needs relevance. He's doing a filp. Migration is the one issue guaranteed to generate headlines in the right-wing press, and so he's positioned himself as the roving exposer of Franco-British failings. It's a role that allows him to attack Labour, distance himself from the Conservative leadership, and burnish his credentials with reform-leaning voters, all without having to propose a workable alternative. The irony is that during his own tenure as Immigration Minister, Jenrick presided over the same expensive deals with France, the same record crossings, the same cycle of outrage without resolution. If Dunkirk is now, as he claims, a free-for-all, then it is one his own policies helped to shape. There is a kind of gall in filming the problem as though discovering it for the first time. Ultimately, this is less about solving migration than about creating content, and the footage will play well in certain corners of social media where the imagery, boats, buses and beaches, is enough to carry a sense of crisis without any need for nuance. For the rest of us, it's a reminder of how shallow political discourse has become. Politicians posing as reporters, posing as pundits, and solutions nowhere in sight. Robert Jenrick may have walked the beaches of Dunkirk, but the only thing he brought home was another headline, and that, I suspect, was the point all along.